last session, you guys, the party was guests at the palace. Some might say conscripted guests of the palace, finding themselves keeping guard and watch in general over the various members of the court that reside within the citadel, as well as the emperor's family, who has taken to sheltering deeper within the castle and in the inner keep of the castle. There have been warnings and threats of potential assassins or other dangers from Lady Belladrake, the once believed noble but dead lady, who has since either risen from the dead or otherwise has never died, stating that she will hold her wedding within the throne room of the palace. The group found some suspicious activities while being guests here, specifically of the courtier of trade, Lord Simon Willett, who part of the party has run into in the past, who whisked away to the fountain room of the palace on an occasion and conversed with at least one unknown person. He was then inviting the party to come to dinner as the sort of highest active person in the line of succession who was still outside of the inner keep. A palace dinner to kind of calm the nerves of other court members. Mayman, either being suspicious or concerned, followed Willett as he exited the dining room mid-party. Mayman, you were stopped by guards who essentially told you that Willett ordered everyone to stay behind, and they were following orders. But eventually, the guards following you and you following Willett via the exterior of the palace spot another intruder within the fountain room, along with what you presume to be Willett. Essentially, you see two candle lights within the fountain room from a couple 100 feet away. One guard chases after the intruder as the light sort of turns off and they can hear scampering towards the garden. The other guards stick with you, Mayman, and you all approach the actual fountain room, entering the fountain room through one of the exterior doors and finding a box. But no Simon Willett. Within the box, you find two divine scrolls, later identified by Max as being a death ward and a restoration scroll. At this point, Willett has returned to the palace dinner, passing by Madolfir, who sees Mayman walking from a few moments behind, along with some guards. Max comes out of the dinner along with Lanray. You all converse about what Mayman found. Max, you decided to go back into the dinner, while Lanray, you stuck with the rest of the group exterior of the dinner to keep watch. With that, I will need Madolfir to give me a will save.
We're going to start it out like that, I see. Okay.
Oh, not even dinner first, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oof, that was not the best.
Okay, let's just check one thing out here, Adolfir. Okay. Max, you're back in the dinner. Henry and the rest can hear some of the frivolity. It's gotten a little bit more boisterous in this dinner as the night has gone on. A lot more drinking, some dancing. The ladies of the court, they're kind of drinking their nervousness away, knowing there are dangers about. You've noticed a couple of them a little bit intoxicated. One continues to follow you around and keeps asking about your pet Hydra and if she can feed it chocolates.
This is not good for it. No, definitely not.
Just one chocolate. It can't possibly. It won't kill a Hydra. A Hydra won't kill
Oh
a
no,
Hydra.
I'm less worried about it killing a Hydra and more worried about the Hydra getting a taste for chocolate and then deciding to kill anything standing between it and more chocolate.
Her eyes kind of widen at this. How are you keeping hold of the Hydra? I mean, it was out at one point eating little nibbles off of your plate.
Yeah, she's like on my shoulder or whatever.
Okay.
I'm trying to train it to be. I'm saying this in here. I'm trying to train this Hydra to be domestic, and I feel like what you're suggesting, Madam, would go against that. So just don't want to ruin it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Are you trained in handle animal at all?
It's not an animal. But,
True.
Let me see. Yeah, I have 1 rank.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a handle animal check, and understand it's not actually an animal, but it is somewhat being treated like a domestic pet at this moment.
That's pretty great for me.
Okay. There are times when it wants to almost leap off your shoulder towards the table to get food that others have left behind as they're dancing. Are you going to leave it out on your shoulder? It continues to show like this, at times, sort of inner instinct for food. It seems insatiable with the amount that you've already fed it.
If there's like scraps out, I'm gonna like preempt it by like picking up the food and feeding it. But after I notice that like it's not getting satiated at all, I'll like pet it a little bit and then tuck it under my robes or whatever.
Okay, so you've put it back in your robes.
Yeah.
You notice, Simon Willard's kept an eye on you throughout this. He does have kind of like a lump on his side underneath his noble, what one would call maybe a full cape. It's almost a cloak, but it's kind of halfway between a cloak and a cape. There's a lump on one side, perhaps a satchel of some sort.
You should really get that checked out.
He's not near you at this time. He's kind of talking with other guests, but just keeping an eye on you.
A lump. He's got a lump. When you say, so hold on, are we saying like he got something from the box?
He certainly came back to this party with something on his side that you did not notice when he stood up last. Outside of the dinner party, you all are hearing various sudden bursts of laughter. Madolfir, every burst of laughter feels like a scream. Meeman and Lanra, give me a spot check. Or a sense motive check. I'll give either of those two.
I suck at all the checks, so.
Okay. Mayman. With that sense motive check, you notice a lot of sweat on Madolfir's brow. You've not noticed this really before from him yourself. He's a little bit shaky as well, and his hand is tightly gripped on his weapon at his side. Lanra, you don't notice that. Only Mayman's noticing it.
I will go over to Modulfir and I'm like, "You okay, bro? You seem a little bit shaky."
Hold on. Okay. I had to wait for something. So how far is Simon into the room from the door that we're at?
You continue to open the door and peek through into the dining room. Each time you hear these noises inside that in your head you're feeling they don't feel right. And you see Simon at the far end of the room, across the dining table. Max is kind of closest to the door. I'd say about 80 feet is the depth of this dining room. It's a pretty big one.
Ugh. Such hard.
Do you respond to Maid Man's question?
Hold on. Nobody's gonna like my response. Emphatically to Bard. I'm gonna stick him on Simon, and at the same time, I'm going to just over my shoulder to me, man. Say, there's trouble and it is with that man. And then I'm gonna burst in and walk running close distance between myself and Simon.
Okay, so you are full on charging towards Simon. Varg, you
Yes.
release to run after Simon. Varg kind of like looks up at you for a moment. Can you give me a handle animal check as well? Varg is almost
A-
like
Sorry, what check?
handle animal. Varg for just a moment is like, huh?
Can I
Yeah, go ahead. Man. What's up?
can I cast a quick spell?
I would say
Just
as
detect
he's
magic.
sort of like standing up and running, yes, you are able to do that.
Well, hold on. If he's gonna try to run,
You certainly can react to that, just like you would a enemy at this moment.
the question is not whether I can react to that. The question is what do I do with it?
Landry or Mayman, tell me if you're doing anything in this moment. It's just as he's opening the door and telling Varg to go. And Varg pauses for just a moment, but then does take off ahead of Medolfir.
Can I give him a bear hug? I like.
You can certainly try.
Oh.
Give me a grapple check.
And I just yell, Medolfir, what are you doing?
All right, Medolfir, give me an opposing grapple check to that.
That's not great either. All right.
It's not bad.
It's gonna be interesting. Medolfir's got a decent grapple too.
I'm also large size for that check, which is I think a 4 difference, but not that it matters.
Yeah, that's correct with your Goliath brace. Yeah, Medolfir, you try to take off. And as you do, you just feel an arm grab at the back of you. It is Mayman halting your ability to move forward. I believe under grapple conditions you can still
Cat speed.
once in grapple, no movement while grappling. You can't normally move. You may, however, make an opposed grapple check to move while grappling, but obviously you've lost that initial grapple check.
Oh, I thought the no movement was 10.
No, it's within grappling consequences.
Okay.
Yep. You would have to make another grapple check, but in this moment, as a reaction, instantaneously, Mayman has halted your movement at this time. However, Varg has taken off quicker than anyone could react. He has already jumped onto the table as he's charging towards Simon Willett, his teeth exposed, growling. The people in the court screaming as this wolf erupts into the room. Max, what are you doing?
I'm also going to scream, "You're rolling danger!"
Okay. Max, you see Varg, teeth exposed, growling, heading towards Simon Willett. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think Madolfir can move at half speed even if he's grappled.
Grapple consequences. While you're grappling... Oh, if you're grappling. Let's see. Move half your speed. Okay. By winning an opposed grapple check, though, you still have to win that. So what I'm saying, basically, in this instantaneous turn, if Madolfir acted first, then Mayman, then this turn is over for him, and his attempt to move was stopped by that grappling. Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Alright.
Yeah. But you are unencumbered, Max.
Does Varg have my bags?
I think
He would
yes. Yeah.
Okay, I go and grab the bags and I I don't really understand what's going on here. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna try to calm Varg down, I guess.
I start saying there's something wrong with this man. Something going on.
With Madolfir?
Yes, with Madolfir.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stop. I'm gonna try to persuade Varg to calm down.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a handle animal check again on this now. A lot of handling of animals here. You move as quickly as you can towards Varg and attempt to calm him down. Okay, Lanray, as you watch through the open now door, as Mayman is essentially grabbing back at Madolfir, what are you doing, Lanray, as Max runs towards Varg and tries to calm him?
I'm going to. I mean, I guess. Does it look like Mayman has Madolfir, or does he need help?
Mayman's big, and his grapple looks like almost a bear hug, just like he explained it. He doesn't have him pinned or anything, but it's a strong grapple.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna also run to try to help Max, or at least see I'm basically trying to assess exactly what Varg is going to be doing, and I see Max reacting to him, so I'm gonna go towards Max and Varg.
Okay.
And basically, if I see Max trying to do something with him, I'm gonna try to help him.
Okay, now you have the ability, because you saw this all begin, to actually catch up to Varg as sort of the final act of this quasi-round. You could actually get to Varg, whereas Max only was partially able to close the distance, I'd say, to Varg, who passed by him. So are you actually trying to go right up to Varg in any way?
I am going to. I mean, is Varg like heading towards somebody or something, or
clearly on top of the table, rushing towards Simon Willett in this moment? He's like mid-air as you are beginning to react. On top of the table.
Oh man. I am going to try to push Varg midair.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a grapple check. It's the theme tonight. Grapples and handle animals. Go ahead and roll Varg's strength. Okay, you rolled really poorly on strength. Lanray, you are able to sort of come up behind Varg and just knock him off the table without causing any damage, but, not causing any harm to Varg, I'd say. You do cause plenty of damage on the table as food scatters everywhere. There are bowls flipped over, but you do get him onto the ground. He is in a grapple in your grasp. He is not trying to bite back at you. He's more like confused as to why you've got him pinned down. He's not pinned, but grappled, I guess. The food is everywhere. Max, as you are trying to calm the situation with your handle animal check, you notice a weight comes out of your rooms. You look down and you notice that the place where you had positioned your baby Hydra is no longer holding a baby Hydra. You don't. Go ahead and give me a spot if you want to try to find the Hydra, but he is not apparent on your person right now. Wow. With all the chaos happening in this dining room right now, you do not spot the Hydra, which is, at this point only about, what, 1.5 feet tall.
Yeah, but it was like on my body, and then it's not.
Yeah,
So
it has slipped out.
isn't it more of a reflex thing? I don't know. But yeah, that's fine. I don't see it. It's okay.
Okay. Simon Willett, in this moment, has sort of taken a defensive stance, seeing this wolf bearing down on it, but now, it partially subdued on the ground by Lanray. He yells out, "Oh, what a mess in this dinner, gods!"
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Y'all going to get about this. I might unintentionally be making all of us the enemies of the state.
Hey, GM, just a question. Modofear doesn't get another will save at some point, does he?
No, he does not. You can feel you smell Modofear at this moment, Mayman. He has a panic sweat smell about him, and his eyes, his pupils are dilated. He looks almost feral in this moment.
Well, Abjuration is one of my banned schools, so I can't dispel magic. So, good luck, everybody.
I mean, after all of what we've been through, this is what's going to be the TPK.
Straight to prison. The guards begin shuffling through. Modofear, give me another grapple check, please. Yep. Oh. +4 does not help here. Modofear, you break free of the grapple. What are you doing? You see Varg pinned by Lanray. Okay. Modofear jumps onto the now cleared table, no longer with dishes, stepping past a scampering Hydra who is eating scraps off the ground as he runs.
Is he going to take a step away from me? Will I get a attack of opportunity?
Nice.
You have an attack of opportunity as he starts taking off again if you wish to take it.
I will try to re-grapple him.
Okay, let me see. I don't know if that's allowed to be done as part of an attack of opportunity.
Can I trip him then?
No, you would have to be grappled for you to attempt to trip. I think what you can do is attempt to hit him over the head with a weapon or something like that as an attack of opportunity, but I don't believe grappling can be done as an attack.
Oh, no. Can I trip him instead of grappling him?
Do you have improved trip by any chance?
I do have improved trip.
Oh, okay. So with improved trip, let's see. So with improved trip, you don't provoke an attack of opportunity. You are not currently armed. You didn't take a weapon out at this point. You gain a +4 bonus on your strength, which should already be there with it. I'd say because you have... Go ahead and give me a melee touch attack. Just without weapon, melee touch attack. Okay, I believe that is much more than your touch AC, Modofear.
Is there an opposed mechanic here?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
now we get to do the trip, which I think is
Yes. So it's strength check versus strength check, or dexterity on the defender's part. But I think.
Okay, yeah. I should
and you
get
get-
that as much as I have so far.
And you get +4, obviously, again on this Mayman.
well, that's a crit fail.
Wow. As you try to sweep Medolfir's legs from underneath him, he is already hopping onto the table. Like, he has taken off so quickly. He's like, it looks like a triple long jumper, in the Olympics. He's like a gazelle jumping high in the air over top of your attempts to trip him. Yeah, you failed to do that. That is your attack of opportunity. Medolfir, you are on this table, scampering, as noted. Are you lunging at this point towards Simon?
I mean, I've got to close 80 feet, so I can't do anything this round. But yes, I am drawing my sword. The
Okay.
intent is clear.
Okay. You get within about 25 feet, I'd say. You had to hop onto the table. 25 feet. He has already called for the guards as he saw the bard chasing after him. You do see, everybody in the room does see the two guards holding at the other sort of end of the table, along with the two guards that you just came from the door you were defending, all start convening towards Medolfir to attempt to stop him. The two at Simon's side, sort of that side of the table, are able to run up to you, Medolfir. They have their weapons out. They're going to attempt to strike you. They essentially take their two pikes, and instead of stabbing you, which would be, a very sudden turn of event against a potential guest, they're going to try to do a non-lethal. So that is a 28 to hit and a 16 to hit. Do both of those hit?
So my AC is 16. So yes, both hit.
Okay. So that is going to be... Oh, wow. You take 12 points of non-lethal damage.
Wait. Oh, did you toggle something on the sheet?
I did. Look at your buffs.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry. Damage again?
12 points of non-lethal. They also take their pikes, and both of them are going to attempt to use the pike to trip you. So go ahead and give me a strength check.
I'm just to ask, is that all adjusted for my damage reduction?
No, that wouldn't be. So it'd be 8 points. Thank you. 8 points of non-lethal. And then give me 2 strength checks to see what happens with these 2 attempts. Okay. The first one, which is the most important one here, that was a 23. So he is able to sweep underneath you with the pike and just make you slip on the table, just enough to get you to fall on the table. The other guard is close by, but he's not pinning you. He has no other actions he can take at this time. Everyone else watching Medolfir in this blank rage heading towards Simon. What are you all doing?
I am going to run and try to pin him, pull him off the table and pin him. I don't know how the mechanics would be of that, but
he's already prone. So I believe in a prone state. Let's make sure.
I still get an opposed grapple check, but I wouldn't be able to use my dexterity bonus for it.
Yes. So go ahead and give me a grapple check to see if you can pin him. He's already prone, so I'm going to say if you can grapple him at this point, it will automatically turn into a pin.
my rolls are crap. Whatever. It's like a 20, I think.
Yeah, 20 with the +4. Not enough. He's wriggling out in his rage. Lanray and Max. Lanray, you are on top of Varg at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on top of Arg, so I don't want to necessarily let him go. So I'm kind of just like, I see Medolfir and I'm thinking to myself, ah, crap. But I don't want to let go of Varg.
Okay, go ahead and give me a grapple check as well to see if everyone can hold on to what they're trying to hold on to. That will go towards Landry. So, Landry, what's your strength modifier?
It is +1.
It won't go towards Landry. I'm going to go ahead and give the tie to Varg with the +2. He is able to sort of loosen up, but he is still also partially prone on the ground as he watches Mayman and other guards attempting to pin Medolfir at the same time. Max, what are you doing? Mayman, understood. You are screaming that Medolfir has been enchanted. Max.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that. Let's see. Is there something I can do? Well, given that my... Can I grab my bags?
Yeah, it's easy to grab those from Varg at this point.
Can I look around for the Hydra?
Give me a search check, or you're kind of in between a search and a spot in this scenario. I guess spot is really, you're just trying to find out where he is. It's not like searching through belongings.
Search would have made more sense right away.
Right, exactly.
Because it
But
would have
at
been
this
here,
point,
but-
he's loose.
Well,
Give me a spot.
that's a -2.
The only thing you can see is the tussle that's happening between Medolfir and the guards. It's taking up so much of your vision right now. It's very distracting. Anything in that bag of holding you want to use, or otherwise spells? Or you want to join the grapple?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, man.
Yep.
Nope, I'm useless.
Okay.
Yeah. I have nothing, man.
Okay. You just watch aghast as you search around for your Hydra. Let's see. 2 rounds essentially have occurred since this, Medolfir. What are you doing, Medolfir? You have been dropped to the ground, but you are wriggling.
But in my grapple.
You are not currently grappled, though. You've just been tripped.
Prone. That's all
You
you
are
How far?
prone, yeah.
How far away from Simon?
At this point, you are 25 feet. I will say he actually would have taken a step back also, so you are 30 feet away. And keep in mind, there are 2 other guards rushing up at the same time. Not that you noticed them.
Okay, so in my head, what I would picture is like rolling off the table, kind of like bowling over the guard that's on that side that I'm rolling off of.
Mhm.
But in rolling off of the table, like letting my legs drop first so that I roll into a standing position while rolling over.
Okay. Yeah, it'll still take you one of your move actions, a move equivalent action, just to stand up regardless.
Is that an overrun?
Not from a prone position. You can't really do that. You have to stand up before you would be able to do that, right? So now what I would allow is, the equivalent of acrobatics, I guess, in 3-5, which would be a balance check. Now, the balance check is essentially going to dictate. It will
Isn't he
add up-
literally tumbling?
Oh yeah, tumble. Thank you. Tumble is the correct choice here. So give me a tumble check. So
That's funny.
you needed a DC of 15.
Yeah, no, I'm way under.
Yes. So all attacks of opportunity will be on the table essentially. As you attempt to get out of prone, that takes up your entire move action to do that. So yes, anybody who wants to take an attack of opportunity can do so. Bayman, do you wish to attempt another trick? Okay, that will strike your touch AC. So now I need 2 opposed strength checks. So don't fear, go ahead and give me your strength check.
Can I also attempt to join the grapple?
Yeah, you can pile on.
Yay! I grapple him. And if he's on the
Right.
ground,
Yes, Mayman's +4 does assist there in the grapple. You essentially have him back in the grapple. He's not prone. He did stand up in this action.
So I'm gonna ask this to ask, right? Because this came into play on Landray versus Bard. Would the strength modifier be the deciding factor?
It will be, but it doesn't matter with Mayman because he has a +4 on top of that.
Even with the +4 though, +4 and his strength together, it's still under
No,
my strength.
it's not calculated. I get a +4 because for like physical checks, because being a Goliath, I'm considered a large size. So what it's not showing is there's an additional +4 to that 22.
No, I totally get that. Oh, that's not shown, you mean?
It's not shown. It's not
not
calculated
part of
because
Oh, okay, I got you.
it's
really
contextual,
got
so
it.
it's only on certain things that he gets that +4. Okay,
Fair
so Max, you are joining the grapple. So essentially, you won't. He doesn't get an attack of opportunity against you because he's already in there, and your grab automatically succeeds. So you are joining into this grapple, but he does get to oppose that as well, as long as. Yeah, he does still get to oppose it. So Midolfir, give me a grapple check against Max.
Is there
A negative.
is there a negative since he's already in grapple?
Consequence. If you're grappling consequences, he gets no dex bonus. I don't think so. It's kind of crazy. Okay, you are attempting to grapple. Midolfir is shaking his arm to get you off of his arm. But the other guards also join in. Midolfir, 2 more, please. Grapple checks. Okay, and 1 more. Wow, you are
blew my
suddenly rolling
gun
good. Regardless, Mayman does have unit grapple as the guards are kind of like beating you with their pikes. Let's see. Well, the wriggling that you're doing is, even without your dex bonus, is sufficient enough to avoid those attacks. But they are attempting to strike you with the pikes. The other 2 guards also rush forward. They're going to try to subdue you with their pikes. And at this point, you are completely surrounded in a grapple. I'm going to say the 4 group are going to get almost swarm conditions. So in this state, I will say, because there are 6 people grappling you, give me 1 final grapple check.
Hold on. I'm going to point out. Mark hasn't taken action in this round.
That's fair.
Now, how far away from Simon is Mark?
Varg is still on the ground 40 feet away from Simon. He has just broken loose from Landray's grapple, but he is still on the ground, not on the table. He's not prone, but he had to take a movement action to stand up, essentially.
Then his second action, he's going to use his movement action to close distance to Simon.
Okay. Understood.
And then what did you need from me?
I need one more grapple check. Essentially, there are 4 people trying to get into a grapple with you. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Grapple doesn't indicate what you do. It says multiple grapple, right?
Yeah, multiple grapples can be maintained. Everybody has the grapple condition that's in the grapple. None of them get bonus on one another unless the conditional modifier like prone is in effect.
Right. So yeah,
It can't be 4. I count as large size, so I count as 2 people. So only 2 other people besides me can try to grapple.
okay. Well, there still isn't another grappler on him at this point, but that is for attempting, so he is surrounded by those 4. Okay. Adolfir, Varg is, as you're calling out to Varg does stand up and make his movement towards Simon Willett once more.
And I haven't said it, but Nadolka this whole time has been shouting out that everybody's in danger. Simon is in danger.
Okay, got it. There's a screaming. The ladies of the court have run off to the corners. One has burst through the doors into the hallway. In this moment, as Varg is lunging towards Simon Willett, not able to attack because he has used part of his movement to just stand up, a guard runs through the door at the same time as a lady leaving and screams, "There's been murder!"
Since I didn't use any movement,
Yep.
can I run out there? All I did was try to grapple.
Okay, I'll allow you to give up on the grapple. There's no position you get in.
I mean, I
just like
failed.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're moving towards the guard at the door.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of chaos happening. But Adolfir, what are you doing this turn? You are currently in a grapple. How long will this last? Someone subdue him.
So I'm gonna say, like I said in the Discord just before the session started for everybody, this is probably a perfect moment for me to take that break. I've got to take like 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'll be back. Everybody is cool taking me pause for just a minute.
That's a great point. I can operate you anyway, since you are currently under this strange manner.
So, Medolfa's sole motivation right now is to, other than like trying to peel the sheeple's eyes back to see the truth of what's going on, that Simon Willett is in danger, is also to get to Simon Willett. So whatever's in their way is an obstacle jumped over or barreled through in order to achieve that goal.
Okay. Understood. All right, we'll see you when you get back.
I'll be.
Varg, as he's lunging, Simon Willett is going to attempt to get out of the way behind one of the other guards. He moves, but he will get an attack of opportunity against him from Varg. Varg is going to take that.
Okay. Hold on, I'm waiting for my son to so I can take this.
Sure. Okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot you were going to do it. Okay, so yours is the one that counts. He does attempt to bite, but actually does miss Simon Willett as Simon Willett's capelet kind of flashes behind him. He moves out of the way. A sack, not a sack, like almost a quiver, but a short one that's holding a bunch of papers, falls to the ground, spills out as he spins his way away towards one of the guards. He is behind the guards at this point. Varg has missed and is midair, now coming down off the air to the ground. Max, you have run over to the guard, but before you do, Adolfir's grapple check. Okay, he only rolled a 5 with his. Mayman, do you want to maintain the grapple? Oh, Mayman might have taken off for a moment. Let me go ahead and roll his grapple. Okay, that will beat with 31. Yep, that'll beat Adolfir's grapple, which has a modifier of 19, so you got a 24. Yep, that one will pass. So, Mayman is still holding on to Medolfir. Lanray, what are you doing in this moment?
I mean, I guess I'm still holding on to Varg, right?
Varg got loose from you before, so you would now have to move to recapture a grapple with Varg, he's close to Simon Willett at this point.
Yeah, I will keep trying to grapple Varg again.
Okay, go ahead and give me a grapple check.
Hey, GM.
Yeah.
So there's
Welcome
a
back,
spell. There's a spell in effect on Medolfir, right?
I didn't say that. He is acting crazy.
Well, someone is screaming he's enchanted.
Mayman did scream that, yes. That is
Can I
accurate.
do a spellcraft check?
You can.
Okay, what spell is he under?
You observe Medolfir, and as you observe, you cannot sense any active spells that would make someone react this way. There are no telltale signs of arcane or divine effects in place here. It is almost as if his mind has kind of gone crazy, or the closest you can come to is you've heard things about rabid animals. He's acting like a rabid animal.
But he didn't get bitten out there.
Yep. The guard continues to kind of like hit you on the shoulder as you walk over, as you focus on the scene in the dining room. There's been a murder, sir. And then he notices Medolfir is being tackled by other guards and attacked, and he's like, the murderer!
No, Medolfir's not the murderer. What is he talking about? He's just saying there's been a murder. What is he talking about?
In the gardens, there's been a murder, sir. The Crown Prince. The Crown Prince is dead.
Who?
Sound the alarms. The Crown Prince is dead. Sound the alarms.
Okay, Meta. Who's the Crown Prince?
Crown Prince is the one who's been up and about in the palace last session. You didn't really run in much with him because you were busy with Simon, but Medolfir Mayman did.
But I say, is that the same garden where we found the intruder? I look at the guard.
It's nearby. From that space, I followed the intruder towards that area, and I found the Crown Prince dead by the menagerie. Well, I think he's dead. I'm not a medic.
Okay,
What
it
is
doesn't
this?
take a genius to add up what happened here, dude. I say that in character. Dude is a Terthian term. It's like a yeah. He knows what I'm talking about because he's Terthian.
Oh, Landry, sorry, I forgot to resolve your grapple. Your grapple was successful on Bark, so as he's on the ground, you now re-engage the grapple with him.
Got it.
You do overhear Max arguing with this guard about what's happening, about a murder. The other guards, kind of, two of them who are not pinning Medolfir or attempting to pin Medolfir, perk up, and they say to the other guards, "You have him under control with this Goliath." And the guard approaches and says, "What murder? The Crown Prince is dead?"
I would grab the guard and I was like, you need to talk to Simon Willett. He knows who you talk to in that room. But if that intruder talked to Willett or tried to kill Willett and then went to the garden to kill the prince, we need to figure out the connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
That intruder was talking. Max was the one that? Did Max see them?
You heard them the
Yeah.
original time. Mayman saw them, at least a candlelight going out. No one has seen the actual face of said intruder.
I say Simon Willett was talking with somebody, and Mayman saw him, and the guards did nothing. They were just standing outside.
Okay. Give me one more grapple check here, Mayman. This is going to be the last grapple check to see. This will cover.
I keep forgetting to add the +4, but
That's okay. 24. Okay. Medolfir does break free from your grapple, however. Oop, you rolled a 2, so that's a 21 versus 24. One of the guards reinitiates a grapple with his pike. And with that pike, he's going to also attempt to trip. Does strike. Oh, natural 20 on the trip. Okay, Medolfir is also back to being prone as the guard pins him down with the pike on top of him, and the other guard sits on his chest. And Medolfir is just shaking rapidly. You almost see like a foaming at his mouth. It's like his saliva is just turned white in a rage. At this moment, the horns of the palace alarm start going off, and you hear yells of intruder from the exterior of the castle through the windows. We've captured an intruder! Intruder! You hear outside. Max, Lanray, you're currently tackling a dog, a wolf. Max, you have a free hand. What are you doing?
I go towards the trouble.
Okay. You rush out the exterior doors of the castle. Lanray and Mayman being left behind in the party. Mayman, you notice a change starting to form on Medolfir's face as Simon Willett with the guards also leaves with Max.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is whatever is affecting Medolfir a magical effect?
No. You did not gain any arcane effects in place on what was happening to Medolfir. Or divine. Arcane or divine. You are able to do that since you're an archivist.
Well, that's not... Even if I wasn't, I would still be able to tell if there is a magic effect with the spellcraft check.
Yep. Nope, there isn't.
Alright.
Mayman.
I feel slightly better that even if I did have the spell magic, it wouldn't help.
Yeah. His chest starts, you can feel his breath slowing, and his pupils starting to refocus on the things around him. Whoa! Where am I? How did I end up here?
You okay, bro?
Oh, I don't know what happened to me. Lost my senses. Where is everyone?
You made a beeline to kill Simon Willett. We had to tackle you all across this party, and now someone's killed the prince. Are you in your right mind again? Is the spell over?
It's not a spell. I'll have to explain to you later. Varg! No more of this. And he calls over to Varg, who kind of also, in turn, calms down as Lanray, you feel him sort of loosen up underneath your grapple. Max, about 100 feet ahead of the rest if they're trying to follow suit. You are outside the castle as 4 guards walk up the intruder that they've found. And they yell, "We saw him trying to leave through the short wall near the barracks."
Can we see his face?
You do. He was wearing kind of like a hood that would cover up most of his face, but they've pulled it back. Very young, pimply faced, teenager. Scrawny, very scrawny. Couldn't weigh more than maybe 90 pounds. Pretty short. If he weren't clearly human, you would almost think that he might be a very tall, skinny dwarf. Very skinny dwarf. And he just goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't kill anyone.
What were you doing meeting with Simon Willett?
Oh Lord, I don't want it. I was just delivering. I was delivering scrolls. I was delivering scrolls to him. He's paid me to bring scrolls into the citadel. I don't know why, but he gave me so much coin. It was going to feed my family.
Guards?
At this point, Simon Willett is like nervously looking around.
Oh, is he nearby me?
Him and 2 guards did follow suit with you all towards the intruder, yes.
I growl, "What scrolls?" and I look at Simon Willett.
Simon kind of steps up. Oh, I think I can explain this. I'm sorry for the subterfuge. This man is no murderer. I did as he is saying. I paid him to bring me scrolls for my defense within the Citadel. I know that at this time we are supposed to be defending the Citadel for the public good. I was selfish in focusing on myself. And the guards kind of looked dismayed. You know that the stocking of the stock room has been emptied of all defensive spells and potions you would smuggle in for your own good? He looks kind of ashamed at this fact. But nonetheless, I did not kill the Crown Prince, nor did this man. And I think that's the most important matter at this time.
Let me inspect the scrolls now.
You notice that one of the guards has just picked up a bunch of things. You mean these papers he dropped? And he kind of hands them over to you.
Who dropped?
Simon Willett. He dropped it in the dining room when that wolf was attacking him.
Those, along with any other scrolls that might be on his person right now.
Okay. And they search him for all the scrolls. They do find a couple more sort of tucked onto his belt. Yeah.
Do I need to actually do the spellcrafts, or can we assume that? I've got a freaking plus 24.
With a plus 24 spellcraft check, I will say you're pretty much automatic for level 5. Yeah, you're automatic for all of these.
Okay.
They are a series of cure moderate wounds, a couple more restoration spells, another death ward spell. The rest of the group, hold on one second. The rest of the group who was back in the dining room, did you eventually make your way out also where they went out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say yes to Modolfir and Varg as well. Modolfir approaches, his head is kind of hanging low, Max, as he approaches, but you notice that he is acting like himself at least again. As you look through, you point out, Modolfir, you're back. You have come off of your rabid state. After having been calmed, there was a murder in the castle. An intruder was found. It is a little high school aged boy, basically, and Simon has confessed to essentially smuggling goods for his own well-being into the castle, but he is not a murderer, he says. Max, yeah, what you find on him is a bunch of...
I asked Max where his Hydra is.
Yeah, I throw the scrolls back at Simon Willis kind of in disdain, you know? And then I scream out, like, do I see any of the ladies that ran out of the place?
A lot of them stayed within the castle, but presumably probably went to their chambers to avoid this violence. You don't see them, no.
I say, I'm pretty sure one of the ladies pilfered it.
Maybe.
You know, the court. Normal activity for the court.
Yeah.
I look at Simon while I'm saying that. Harsh criticism of his moral standing.
Oh, listen, I've clearly overstepped my bounds a bit, but there's a more important matter here. There's a dead body of a crown prince. We need to go see if he can be revived.
Hey, sorry, GM. Where am I in all this?
You're
Right now, yeah, you're right now. You guys are basically. Let me show you on the map. I'll pull your guys up to about here is where you guys are standing.
No, so I'm sorry, Max. I need to catch up. So I understand conflict is over. There's at least a cursory investigation of the murder. We're standing here with Simon, right?
Yes.
Okay. Real quick, Modolfir is gonna look at his neckline. Scar? No scar? Does it look like maybe there's makeup on it like there was previously?
On his collar, You can see a lot of makeup as you approach and you look at his neck.
So I want to
go-
Can I sense
I want-
motive on Madolfir? As he's
Yeah, go
looking?
ahead. Yep.
I want
Tell me
to do
what-
I want to do a spot check to see if I can see like texturally if there's like a you know how you can see if there's scarring like from the texture even if it's covered with makeup.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a spot check for that. Okay. You do not see any visible signs of like the makeup covering a scar. You only see the remnants of makeup on his collar, certainly. One of the guards kind of yells out, "Bring the intruder with us. Let us go observe the Crown Prince. It is the most critical thing at this moment." And he starts calling out for the cleric, Master Nantes.
This is a distraction.
Go find him. Go find him.
This is a distraction. I
The
yell out.
Crown Prince being dead is not a distraction.
It is if the target is the king.
The Emperor.
I mean that's I would say. I say, Simon Willett, your actions have distracted the guards and us this evening has led directly to the death of the prince.
Oh shit! The murder was the prince.
The Crown Prince. You see now Chorus Thane and Render Klein and Master Nantes exiting from the palace towards this hubbub of a group yelling, screaming for the cleric. The Master Cleric runs up. "Where's the Crown Prince's body? There may be time to revive him." The guard who found his dead body goes, "He's by the menagerie. Follow me." And he starts running as quickly as he can towards the menagerie. Master Nantes carrying all of his kind of like goods and things in his back is running after him with his stumpy, sort of older, chubbier legs, who is running with him. "I may need some help," and he calls back to the group.
I'm running with him.
Okay.
Hey, so real quick, GM, just so I can understand from the character point of view, what was the fallout of me trying to attack a high-ranking member of the city government?
So much shit happened all in one moment. Essentially, Mayman's calling out that you were enchanted seems to assuage the guards. The guards' focus has shifted from you to the intruder to the murder of the Crown Prince. So it's almost like it's still in there. It's still there that you did try to attack Simon Willett. But, Simon Willett is not innocent either. He has admitted to also smuggling into the Citadel. So it's there. It's not gone.
And I'm straight up calling him out on wasting resources, like time of guards that could
As you
have
guys
been. Yeah, I'm like your actions led to attention being removed from what needs to be scouted for, and instead people were busy chasing you down when we could have been, watching the rest of the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
You all do make it down into the gardens of Empress Elidia Arquise. You guys are headed towards the prince right now. At least some of you. Are any of you going straight to the emperor instead of the prince? Are you splitting up as a party?
No.
I say for now, let's at least go to where the prince's body is. That way we can see for ourselves anything that we may see.
Okay.
What is Simon Willett doing? Is he going? Is he coming to the site of the murder?
Simon at this point is all but apprehended in some nature. Anywhere he moves, there is a guard with him. It seems to be the guard who eventually trusted Mayman from his mistake, who is sort of ordering the other guards. He calls to two of the guards to go return back to the Emperor, assure that he is safe. We will reconvene. There's not much you can do with a dead body. And he stays with Simon Willett as they approach the gardens as well. In the gardens, you find the castle menagerie, which is essentially back here. You find a pretty peaceful scene that's not really fitting to a murder. The guard leads the group through, and he says, "The menagerie, sirs, I found the prince there," and he points over, and you see the gates that lead to the small hovel, and inside you find the body of the Crown Prince, Graylin Arquise IV. And then you see sort of this strange animal house this menagerie that you are standing in where he has died. One of the guards says, perhaps one of the great cats got loose, and you see a pair of jaguars in the branches within an enormous cage that takes up most of the space. The door to the cage appears to have been broken through. Some of the two jaguars are just sort of hanging out in the branches. You notice that even though the cage appeared to have been broken through, it's now kind of jerry-rigged closed. And the guard says, I put my sword through the broken bars to hold it closed when I entered here and found His Majesty.
Can I inspect the body to see if it looks like an attack by jaguars at all?
Okay, yeah, go for it. You can do a heal check. Mayman, you tell the guards that you were going to go report to the king. Chorus and Render first say, let's find out before we alarm him whether we can return him to life.
Speak with animals.
You missed the first part. I told them that we're going to look at the prince now and then go report to the king.
Okay, understood.
That makes sense.
Max, you do not know what has killed the crown prince with that check. Speak with animals. Okay, Melfir. What are you saying?
I talk to the cougars. What happened here?
Well, first of all, I'm a jaguar.
Or sorry. I think it's the cougars.
Man, so much identity politics.
You notice, by the way, while you're talking with the jaguars, Master Nantes is like over top of him, attempting to do something. You speak to the jaguar. The jaguar returns back. There was a strange smoke-like figure, dark just like us, within the cage, waiting with us. We stayed away from it. I don't like smoke.
How did it get in the cage? Did it just appear in there, or did it make its way in?
It's just kind of appeared in here. I can't explain it. It looked like fire. I don't like fire.
The broken gate. Did something break out of your pen or into it?
Smoke. It turned into something like you and broke through with a large, shiny object. And then it killed that one. Chorus and Render are kind of talking amongst watching Mayman. Mayman, you notice that the body with that heal check, there's something horribly wrong with the body. It has been stabbed through the spine, but more than that, its body looks flush of all color, completely white. And while there's a little bit of blood underneath it, not to the extent that you would expect to have bled out to death. At this same moment, Master Nantes goes, I don't believe Revivify will accomplish much. He appears to have been dead for some time now. I do not enjoy channeling the death, but I can attempt to raise him from the dead instead. And he pulls out kind of a diamond relic symbol of Bahamut. There's like a golden dragon around this massive diamond from inside his robes. Several thousands of dollars worth of diamond. Attempt whatever you can, Chorus says. Go ahead.
Real quick, I'm going to explain to the party what the kitty cats have told me and how it is strikingly similar to an entity we've encountered before by Max's grandmother's house.
Okay. You do so. You explain what the jaguar said.
From the description, can I check somehow, like a knowledge check?
Sure.
Is this would it be religion or would it be engineering?
Give me a knowledge religion.
Okay.
Can I do it too?
Yeah, you can. Especially since you're from the shadow plane.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna ask them. Did the prince often come down here and come into the cages and stuff?
Chorus and Render look. No.
No. I'm asking the cats.
Oh, the cats. The jaguar goes, no. Mostly it's the woman that looks like that one. Older. Feeds us. Feeds all the animals. Chorus and Render kind of are just yelling to the Nantes, try whatever you can.
When was she last here? To the cat.
She has been gone for 2 days now. Almost 2 days. Has it been 2 days? Yes, the sun came up. 2 days. They talked to each other. 2 days.
Share that information, of course, with the group.
Does that line up with the schedule of like when everybody got locked down at the?
Yeah, it could be. They're referring maybe to. They're saying it looks like him, maybe his mother or a sister.
Yeah, but like time-wise, does it line up with 2 days that everybody's in lockdown?
Essentially, yeah.
I say, yeah.
Sorry, one last question for the cats, and then I'm done talking to the cats.
Okay.
Why did they not attempt to get out of the cage when the door was open before it was closed?
Why would we get out? We love it in here. We have everything we want. And they kind of go, although I could use another piece of meat. Yeah, meat would be good. It's been a couple days. I could use some meat.
Throw them some rations.
Okay.
So it's not fresh, but it is meat.
Oh, it tastes awful. I suppose we can't be choosers. And they start eating it. These are very eloquent jaguars.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
I'm imagining like the Disney Disney characters essentially, bantering amongst themselves. Okay, Lanray, what are you doing during this as Nantes is over top of the dead Crown Prince?
Yeah, I am just kind of watching to see what is going, because this is way out of Lanray's element, basically. So he is kind of just looking for cues from the rest of the people there. Do I need to be ready to pull my bow on somebody, or am I just other than that, I'm just watching what's going on.
Okay, yeah. Madolfir immediately starts looking for tracks. Are you following suit with Madolfir looking for tracks? Assisting him?
I'll assist him with that for sure.
Okay.
Did the knowledge religion checks amount to anything?
Yes. About to get to that. So between Mayman and Max, Mayman, this mention of like a smoky shadow. Well, you know that many times people cross through the shadow plane, utilizing the shadow plane. You used to call them plane tourists. People from the material plane who would appear and vanish just for the ease of use of your home plane of existence. Really annoying. Potentially, this could be a similar occurrence. Max, you recall the wraith that you all thought who went down the well. At least you thought it was a wraith. Suppose you never really asked him if it was a wraith. Maybe it wasn't a wraith.
I say what you say, but with a lower tone and with less energy.
Okay. Madolfir and Varg. You do find tracks. The tracks have a weird footprint. It's the footprints of someone wearing almost like a chunky heel. Not boots, not noble shoes. Think like a Birkenstock heel, like a big chunky heel on the back. Maybe a woman's shoe.
We have hippies.
Yes.
I smell Veladrake, guys.
Yeah.
It's a very hot
the
topic
woman.
sort of shoes, right?
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's in my head. That's the woman that the cast we're talking about that came 2 days previous and comes to be the lot. Yeah, follow the tracks. Like, where all did they lead? Where did they come from? Where did they go?
Okay.
I'm going to stand over the cleric until he finishes his 1 minute of casting, because that's not good if it gets interrupted.
Yep. You do so. Simon Willett looks kind of nervous as he's watching over the guard, keeping an eye on his hands and things. Nantes completes casting as you watch Medolfir and Lanray and Varg kind of wander a little bit up the hill from the garden, away from where you guys are at the menagerie. Still within the garden, but up, getting closer to the castle once more. Nantes looks back and says, "It appears I have failed. I do not believe this to be the primal and lethal acts of a natural beast. See here how the blood has been taken, the paleness of his pallor. Some darkness has almost taken his entire being, along with his life. We must take him back to the throne room, where all of his kin have been slain."
I asked Master Nantes, is there anything missing from him?
He searches through. I hate this. He searches through under the shirt, the imperial emblem, which is sort of a very large crowned imperial sort of necklace is missing, which had a very large star ruby on it. His bracers are missing, his protective bracers, and his sword is missing. The magical sword that Medolfir had taken note of.
The reason I ask is we still have to deal with doppelgangers. So just make sure whenever you talk to the king, just let them know that not only can we have had intruders, but we're still dealing with doppelgangers who now possess all of the prince's stuff.
Okay.
Is Simon Willett with us right now?
He is.
Medolfir is going to be, yeah, and then turn an eye over to Simon, just like eat head, straight in the eyes, lock eyes.
Okay. You're doing this from like 60 feet away while you're tracking, but yeah, you look back and you over here and you go, yeah, doppelgangers.
Max is going to cast Gentle Repose on the prince's body.
Okay. You do so. And Nantes goes, "Thank you, Max. I have so few helpers around the castle currently."
The emblem.
Yep.
The royal emblem. Could it be used to gain access to the Emperor?
It's interesting.
We need to go there as quickly as
we're
possible
going.
because we're the only ones that know that there might be a doppelganger that could be impersonating
Chorus and Render, take the body to the throne room. I shall go with these gentlemen to the Emperor to explain. And as he's walking, he talks with you, Max. Max, I'm not as scholarly as you are, but I've heard of such items that can be used to almost portray the life of a being from an item that they've held, perhaps an heirloom that means something to them. I don't know of this magic. I've only heard of it from various persons who have come to the court. Dark magics in which one can embody the lifeblood of another. You guys continue walking though. You make it back to the palace with Simon and the guard. You do get to the inner keep where you see additional guards on top of what was normally the grouping, the decant of Imperial guards out front. The Emperor appears to be safe. I mean, you don't see the Emperor. He's behind the lead door. But there's no intruders here.
I say to the, as we pass some of the guards, I say real quickly as I'm passing, if you see a baby Hydra, let me know.
Okay,
Or the Crown Prince.
Oh, too soon.
No, you might see him.
Oh, well, yeah, the doppelganger, I forgot. No, why? And then one of the guards walks down the hallway and he's talking to the other guard as they leave this spot, and they're like, why would some being from another plane be so obsessed with killing our emperor?
Am I still within earshot, or are we walked past by this point?
They've kind of walked off. It's just a parting statement that they're talking to each other. But you're still at the Emperor's lead door.
I think that one guard is a doppelganger.
In Silent Bob fashion, like Medolfer, instead of being like this barbarian guy that speaks just matter of factly and succinctly, quite simply, because they can emulate with the doppelgangers anyone in positions of power and therefore sway the mechanics of politics in the region. Such as is, and I'm going to look over at Chorus Thane right now, such as is what is currently happening in Terthus.
Chorus isn't with you. Chorus and Render took the Crown Prince to the throne room. Yeah.
I thought they were still here, but I'm going to, say that out loud, of course, but back in Medolfer, or such as what is happening with the Empire, the Terthian Empire, who would never previously seek to open warfare with its neighbors.
Okay. They all kind of look a little bit sullen about that, but noted. Yep. Is anybody talking through the lead door to the Emperor? Master Nantes goes, I hate breaking bad news.
I do the knock on the lead door.
Okay. Kind of disturbingly upbeat.
Master Antes, you should. They trust you more. You should break the news.
Okay. I suppose you're right. I did raise the boy. Your Emperor, Your Excellency, I have some terrible news. The Crown Prince, he has been assassinated. And from within you hear like a woman scream, "No! Why? Why are we trapped in this jail as my kin is killed?" And the Emperor, you can hear him pounding on the lead door with his fist as he lets out kind of a guttural scream of anger.
I'd like to do a sense motive on that.
Okay.
My sense motive is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, this is what a bereaved family would be screaming. You hear people crying within through the lead door, quite loudly to be heard through the lead door. And then again, another pounding on the door. "Let me out! I shall no longer hide here. If some danger comes to kill my kin, it can come from me first." And the doors are open by the
Can I somehow figure out if the protections on that door are still active before he opens it?
Sure.
How do I do that?
You could do a knowledge dungeoneering, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, there's some sort of magical protections, isn't there?
There were also magical, so you could do a spellcraft if you're specifically looking for the arcane locks. Yep.
So there's the dungeoneering, and here's this. Jesus.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Grab something here. Okay. Okay. The spellcraft check, you do see that the guards have to do sort of like one of them that's not wearing armor, who's lighter armored, sort of cast something over the door real quickly. Yeah, it was a hold portal or a lock on the door, and then another one comes up and dismisses some spell. You take it to have been a wall of force. in front of the lead door itself. And then eventually someone undoes kind of the set of locks inside. And out comes the Emperor along with more Imperial guards with him. He's got like 4 Imperial guards surrounding him within there as well.
Okay, so I get the impression that this lock was not tampered with between when they went in and when they're coming in. Okay.
Correct.
And do I know if a smoke creature could get past these machinations that they have, these protections?
You don't believe because of the wall of force.
Okay.
That,
so smoke would not
being-
be able to get through a wall of force.
No, it is not. It would not be able to. No.
That's it. Thank you.
The Emperor kind of yells, "Take me to my son." Yeah.
Where was Render taking him?
To the throne room. Essentially, evidently, that's where everyone from this family line has been laid when they die.
So when we got that invitation letter from Belladrake, it was to the throne room, right?
Yes.
Can we follow?
Yeah, of course.
I sort of look at the rest of the party, like I'm asking the party. We should go, right?
You guys are coming?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Hold please. You all, 2 guards of the Emperor's family themselves, are standing close by with Master Nantes, and 6 more guards are following behind to keep protection from behind, as you all do go to the throne room. The new Crown Prince is also with you, by the way. Presumably the second child of this family, which is Prince Benetton Arquise, who has now become the Crown Prince.
So he's one of the main suspects, right?
Sure. Okay, just give me a moment here. One more person. Okay. I believe I have everyone here. Yeah. As you guys walk towards the throne room, you do see Chorus Thane standing on top of the emblem of the Empire within the throne room. This throne room's huge. And at the center of the throne room, the fallen Crown Prince is laid across a giant Terthian stone tablet. The Emperor kind of runs up, the guards keeping back in the hallways, 2 of the guards entering still to stay with the family. Here lays my failure to serve, my cowardice exposed. And the Empress kind of runs past him and starts weeping, clutching at her eldest son, along with Prince Benetton Arquise and Princess Juniper Arquise. It's a pretty sad moment as you all are gathered on this emblem, overlooking the Crown Prince with Master Nantes.
Like, how old is this kid that's the new Crown Prince?
The new Crown Prince, Benetton, is less than 20, still a teenager.
Does he look like a deer in the headlights? Like, oh shit. I thought I was going to be the Crown Prince, or has he been?
Give me a sense motive.
Yeah, not this one.
The first one's the one that counts.
I only
Mayman.
clicked it once.
Okay.
It's weird.
It popped up for 2 for some reason. Mayman, are you trying to sense the same thing, or are you looking for other things?
No, I'm sensing the prince out, man.
Yeah, you do get the sense. One second here. Yeah, you do get the sense that with your check that the new crown prince is just kind of nervous, both of like fear, maybe. I mean, his older brother, who is much more capable, was just assassinated, and he's now the crown prince. He might be nervous about the position as well.
What about the princess?
The princess is just crying. I mean, she's very young. She's like 10 years old. She's just crying at the legs of her mom, who, the queen, the empress, I mean, who is weeping openly.
So we're going into the throne room, right?
You are in the throne room. You guys
Okay.
are like right next to the emperor, keeping guard with the 2 guards that are nearby. Nantes kind of steps back and says, "My lord, we have done a gentle repose. Well, your humble servant Max has, to attempt to hold on, but I have tried everything I can to bring him back. My magics are not able to." He kind of steps back away.
Madoka's going to whisper to our group, guys, remember the invitation stated that this is where Bellatrix is going to make her appearance. And the Emperor is now here. Be on ready.
Okay.
There was no indication on that invite of like when it was to happen, right?
No, I mean there was a date on it, you think, but then it turned out not to be a viable date. So no.
The numbers had more to do with the death years of people. Can you remind me, GM?
Yeah, you kind of found that there were various tombstones there that aligned to what you were reading in the invitation. Specifically, that would have been the ones that you found were Henrius Belladrake, who would have been the father of Lady Belladrake, who died in 4304 AR. Carbon Belladrake, the tombstone of him, who would have been the great-grandfather, the one who created the statue of the Bellingrail that is at the Noble's Harbor. Carbon Belladrake died in 4231, so he's great-grandfather of Lady Belladrake.
What's the number that was on the card?
The number was...
I have it in my inventory. Let me pull it out.
So it is 431 and 19.
Yeah, but the thing was like the 19. There was one tombstone that was scratched on the date.
Correct. That was Daria. That was Daria Belladrake's actual tombstone.
And it was modified to be 19, but it was originally some other number.
Yes.
But like, so 19 is when? When would 19 be?
4319 was the year that she would have died. It was the year that when you guys had started. So right now, I believe it is 4320.
Okay, but like, there was a number there before the 19 was scratched in, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did that number say?
That number said... let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. 4318 would have been the year that she died. 4319 is the current year. I got that backwards. So this is currently 4319.
So someone went in and fixed it.
I
because
guess
she didn't actually die.
Yeah. You all are standing essentially on this template, on this throne room stone around the emperor, his family. It is a sad scene. The guards have kind of given a little bit of space. They've moved over towards the great statues in this hall. There are guards obviously out in the hallway about. The entrance to this space would be, let me see, about 110 feet away. And it's at this moment that the castle clocks start ringing. Boom, boom, boom.
Is there like a John Woo level, like doves flying away from their perches moment?
As the bells of the main tower of this castle ring, it rings 10 times. It's slow, it's a cadence. There's nothing happening as they ring.
Is anyone surprised by the ringing or no?
No, but the Empress kind of looks up and goes, 10 o'clock. It's a late hour for the girl. Benetton, maybe it's time that you should take the princess to the inner keep. She shouldn't be here for this. As the final bell rings, the great clock of the throne room rings to silence. The final sound still kind of hanging in that thick, sullen air around you. And then you start hearing the screams of agony erupt from the castle halls. And just from everywhere around you, essentially.
Drama.
A second.
Yay!
And along with the screams, in the air you hear laughter. And these screams are coming out from the hall, and you hear a sudden. What are you guys doing? You guys are standing with the Emperor. The Emperor kind of instinctively kind of comes back, takes out his sword, and pushes the Empress behind one of the guards and Chorus Thane that's nearby. You guys are all sort of watching now out into the hallway, the only entrance into this space. Is anyone doing anything?
I look at Chorus Thane and I say, you better use those scrolls productively during this fight.
To Chorus Thane?
You just said, oh no, not, hold on. The guy, no. What was his name?
Simon, you mean Simon Willett?
Yeah, he's here, right?
He is also here, yes.
Yeah, I said it to him.
I'm looking at Simon. What's he?
Simon is just like, as that laugh occurs, you can see his face is just ghostly white. He looks extremely afraid, and he goes, "She's here. I know that laughter. She's coming for us." And he kind of cowers back with the Empress behind the guard. What are you guys doing? Max, you are not intimidating at all, by the way.
I'm gonna have Varg protect trick to add armor class to or for defend. I'm sorry.
Okay, you just call out
on the Emperor. No,
Okay,
no, the princess.
okay.
To be
Got it.
fair, Simon would have to do the opposed check to figure it out. If he's intimidated or not.
He is not intimidated. I rolled it.
Oh, man.
What's
I'm imagining
what's
his
the-
wisdom is negative.
What's the layout of this room? Real quick.
Let me show you.
Oh boy.
That will determine what I want to do.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure this is all cleaned up.
And I'm
Okay.
like a hair's breadth away from leveling, so I don't think that's going to happen between this and the fight now. But
Now,
Hey GM.
yeah.
Can I use my dark knowledge?
Sure. Go for it.
I'm gonna drink a potion of bark skin plus 4.
Okay. Go for it. And go ahead and remove that from your inventory. Mayman and Lanray, are you doing anything as you hear the screams of agony suddenly? Silence.
all right, where's the king? Where are all the other like important people?
So you can see the princess is here. I think if you hover over it, it'll show. The empress is here. The emperor is here. Varg is going to position to protect the emperor. Chorus is right next to the emperor as well. You guys are kind of standing in front, I would say, along with the guard, sort of closer to the stone tablet. Max, I don't know, you would be back here, I guess, based on what you guys were talking about. Yeah, that's the general positioning from the conversation. There are also 2 guards kind of holding their weapons on the ready up here by the statues.
What are the entrances where the carpets end? Is where the entrances come into this room?
No, those just kind of end into a window. It's like an overlook looking into the courtyard and out into the city. The entrance is at the far end at the south here through a set of very large double doors.
Oh, I actually have to do a knowledge check, I believe, in order for this to work. So, but I don't know what the DC is. Oh, DC of the check is 15. So,
Okay.
which skill do I run?
Do a knowledge religion.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's going to
You
be plus
pass
1
it.
bonus. Yeah, it's DC 15. But there's a chance if I beat it by more than 5 or some margin, there's an additional bonus.
Okay. Now, there's no enemy present right now, but noted. Okay.
Yeah, and GM.
yeah.
Just as a note, I would definitely get my bow and arrow out, but before then, I would probably go to who has the bag of holding right now? Is it Max? Or...
Max would have taken it back from Bart.
I have mine.
That's it.
'Cause
That's the only one.
Yeah, GM. I think based on the prior sessions, I had like got a bunch of arrows from the armory. And
Yes.
so I would go
You have-
grab.
Yes, you do have pretty much as many arrows at this moment as you could hold in your quiver, which is like 160 basically. So you have a ton of arrows on you.
So I would grab just like 80 out of because I'm pretty low in my current quiver, so I would just restock to like 80.
Okay, noted. Who's Varg fighting?
That's his roll to check for his, see if he's successful to go into his defense stance, basically.
Okay.
It's attack roll versus DC 10 plus 2 circumstance bonus. So he more than passes his check.
Okay.
So he
There's
critically passed the check to be in a defensive stance or whatever.
Yeah.
To add, basically what he does is he adds AC to the target he's defending when he's in
okay.
this.
Which is the Emperor right now.
No, I changed that to Princess.
Princess. Okay, so he's kind of tucked in, I'd say, here, and the Empress is here. Okay, all of you have grabbed. Go ahead.
I look at Medolfir and I said, "Do you want this portion of barkskin?"
I already drank one. I had one on my inventory. A +4.
All right, I will drink my potion of barkskin as well.
Okay, go ahead and do that. And Did you guys implement the buff for those or not?
I added it to my natural temporary, and it is accounted for in my AC revenue.
Okay.
I didn't. Can I just wait? Is there a way for me to do that by clicking on it?
Go to your attributes tab, and there's not like a activation button for that potion, but go to your attributes tab, and down about halfway down under special qualities, there's natural armor, and there's a field where you can edit what the temporary bonus is.
Yep, that works. I'll keep track of that, but it lasts 30 minutes, so we'll see what kind of an epic thing is about to happen. Okay, you guys ready yourselves. Landray, bow and arrows out. Is anybody else taking out weapons? You see the Emperor now has his great sword out. The guards are all armed. Even Master Nantes has a weapon out.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick scan of the room, see if anybody is holding the recently deceased Crown Prince's sword that was missing from the fight.
No, you do not see it. Okay. Through the doors at the south, you hear the marching of footsteps. As ten guards make their way through the double doors at the far south. What are you all doing?
Is there anything weird about the guard?
Give me a spot check. Okay, not you, Mayman, but Landray. As you look at these 10 guards marching through, there's something off about them. The decant of guards in Imperial armor as they approach, the march is out of step. Some are like slouched over in their walk. Others are dragging their legs awkwardly. Max, you, with your dark knowledge check, you yell out, or you understand that these are undead beings. And just as that recognition happens, they full-on sprint towards the group, all 10 guards.
I'm going to hold action till any of them get within 30 feet of me.
Okay,
Hey,
anybody
GM.
else? Yeah.
How does my control over that ogre work?
The ogre's not here with you right now, I don't think.
Yeah, but I cast control on
You have to make verbal commands to him, basically. He doesn't read minds. Wherever he is, if you were to find him, you basically told him to be cool, hang around, but beyond that, he's not doing anything. Okay. So, with that, the guards take a full sprint towards you all. Is anybody doing anything as they're running? Other than, I guess, Mayman, you're holding action.
Madolfer's holding action as well.
I'm gonna drink another potion.
Okay, what are you drinking a potion of?
The Good Hope one.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if there's a way to add that to me. But
I don't think I actually scripted that in, but just take note of what the Good Hope potion does.
Can you just cast Good Hope on me? Isn't that a spell?
I could, yes. Let me see if it might not have the actual buffs associated with it unless I made it, and I don't think I've made it. So I'll grab it. Don't worry. Just make note of it in the chat that you have taken Good Hope potion. So you're gaining a +2 morale bonus on saving throws, attack rolls, ability checks, skill checks, okay.
Over my shoulder, not looking at him, or over my shoulder, say, Max, if you see the look in my eyes, you know what to do.
What? Oh, that look. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That was all in character.
Okay.
I'm just also going to say I still don't have a magical weapon, so I might not be effective.
Master Nantes, as he's prepared, he goes, "Oh, you don't?" And he starts casting magic weapon on your magic weapon. Let's see, that would be a level 1 spell, and it's quick. Yeah, he casts that with a standard action. I've got 2 mana, and he touches your sword, or rather, which weapon are you holding? Your flail?
Of course, my flail. Yeah, it's my thing.
He touches that, and he readies himself again. If these are undead, I shall attempt to throw them off.
Real quick.
Yep.
Real quick, I'm going to hand the Battle Axe of Vanish over to Mina and tell him how to activate it.
Okay, Mayman, do you grab the battle axe in your other hand?
I mean, I can't. I need time to, like, none of my... So, in theory, because of the way that I work, as long as I'm given time with a weapon in the morning, I can attune myself to it, so I'll get all of my weapon skills for it. Otherwise, I kind of can't use it.
Okay.
I won't. It might be better for you to keep.
Okay.
Hey GM,
Yeah.
is it okay if I was standing at the front like that?
Sure. Yeah, with the Empress in front of the Empress. That's fine. Okay. I am going to need... Yeah,
Can I cast anything?
you can. What are you casting?
I want to put Blade of Blood on Miman's weapon.
Okay. Just go ahead and put it in there.
And I'm going to spend the 5 hit points to make him be able to deal 3d6 of extra damage.
Okay. And it's just on one attack, right?
Oh, hold on. These are undead, right?
These are undead.
Never mind. I don't do that.
Okay.
Never mind.
Erase that.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
will erase that from the chat. Okay. I need everyone to now roll initiative. Landray, you do have a chance to fire off an arrow if you wish before we roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick scan to see, is there any sort of plants or anything around?
There are no... You don't see any plants in this throne room. They're not really that kind of decorations.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. All right, then I'll fire off one arrow just towards the guy in the front.
Okay, go for it. It is not point blank range.
You can take a full attack, can't you? He's got... So he could do...
Could I do a full attack? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And not Aberration Elemental.
Nope.
I guess I'll do Rapid Shot, since I got that.
Okay.
Oh, GM.
Yeah.
Since I didn't cast the Blade of Blood, are the undead that are running in kind of clumped together?
Yes, they are.
Alright, I do Curse of Impending Blade's Mass on them.
Okay, go ahead and cast that so it's in the chat. Yep.
So
Thank you.
preferably before those arrows go off.
Okay, you do so. All 3 of those do strike the Imperial guards that are rushing towards the group. That is 19 points of damage. The one in the front, Lanray, looks like he's badly hurt as the arrows boom, 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 boom. All 3 stick into him, but he's still standing and still rushing forward. And with that, we are all going to roll initiative now. And then okay. At the top, the Terthian guards at the top all rush forward. Oh, I forgot all the rest of the group. I'm gonna take the Emperor's family, Nantes, and Corstein all at the end of actions. They've sort of huddled together and are protective. I'm gonna say that all the guards behind the one in the front are all going to hold turn purposely for the one in the front. After he gets shot, they're all like, ugh. Like, do we proceed? So the first action is going to be back to Landray.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the guards instruction, and I say, get moving as I look at them, and then I'm going to take a full attack again.
Okay.
From where I am.
Okay. So those guards, along with other NPCs on your side, are going to act at the end of the round, essentially. But noted. Should have made a swarm grouping for these guys. Okay. So, with that roll, you're still attacking that front guy only?
I'm gonna go after the front guy first to try to take him out, and then
Got it.
push to the others if I see.
Okay. With that first arrow, you do take out the front guard as the others are kind of like, he is no longer undead. His body collapses to the ground. With the other two, the other two, what are you shooting at?
I'm gonna shoot at the first line here. That is the next behind the guy.
Okay.
Probably the two guys close to me, so like the middle.
Got it. This one does get obviously criticaled as well. He loses 14 points of health. The one next to him takes the other arrow, losing 9 points of health with that attack. That is your turn. You can take a 5-foot step if you wish.
Yep, I'll go for that.
Okay. Max, it is now your turn. What are you doing?
Okay. So I'm thinking that you've got people here that need protection. They're not fighters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Tiny Hut.
Okay.
So 20-foot radius. I'm gonna center it. Range is 20 feet, and then the effect is 20-foot radius. So I can put it like center. I want to here. I'll just draw it.
Yeah, draw it.
That.
Okay. So you want it to cast so that you guys are all in the hut to start.
Yeah, basically what I'm trying to do is make it so that the princess and the empress are in, and they can stay in if they need.
Got it.
Because they don't have weapons, I imagine. Yeah.
Understood. Okay.
And then I'll move to the front, like right here, kind of.
Still within or outside of it?
With.
Okay. Okay. Got
but
it.
I can shoot out of it. So.
Okay.
That's it for me.
That is it for you. This Terthian guard also, after you, did hold its position with its captain. Okay. As you watch these guards take a pause, behind them, you now see, coming out of invisibility, a figure. And another figure. And a third figure. They are spread out like this. And the one in the front here, behind those set of guards, casts some kind of spell.
I mean, I'm going to do a spellcraft check on that.
Yep.
Is it a level 9 or lower?
It is.
Actually, no. Sorry. 15 or lower.
Your spell craft your tiny hut, does it keeps what things from coming into the tiny hut? Describe it. Or let me see the description here.
Says it right there.
Yeah, it's opaque to anyone outside of it, so
Yeah,
they can't
they
see
can't.
inside.
They don't have line of sight on anybody inside.
Okay. But they could dispel magic.
I mean, sure.
Okay. The one in front of you, with a female voice, begins casting Dispel Magic, and is going to use Dispel Magic to remove the tiny hut. I believe, let me see, the DC is going to be Dispel check, 11 plus Spellcaster's level. So what is your Spellcaster level?
Tech.
Or sorry, no, that's the, yeah, yours is what?
Yeah. My spellcaster level is 9.
Okay, so this is going to be 20 is the DC. She is going to make a Dispel check, 20 plus her caster level with a maximum of 10. So this is going to be a plus 10. Okay, with that, she utilizes Dispel Magic to remove the tiny hut. So let me go ahead and delete that.
Hey, GM, real quick. Were they
Yep.
standing? Were they standing where they are in invisibility when Max cast Curse of Invisible Blades?
They would have been, yeah. So it is affecting at this one, but not these two others.
Okay.
The one in the front with the lady's voice is the first to sort of appear from invisibility. Then this one, a completely robed figure whose hood now drapes off. You see in its face, in the robes of a Planetum Archmage, Darvak Rivenleia, who's yelling to the guards that are going forth, the ones that are attacking the group. Hold my loyal arms, I shall not waste the blood of an emperor to your gnashing teeth. It will serve as a wedding gift to my great-granddaughter. And as his cloak kind of falls off, you see his face, his pupils, even from this distance, are inflamed balls of fire. His long hair frames his face. But as he casts, he is going to cast a spell. I need everyone, and I mean everyone, to give me a will save.
Did Neiman take his turn?
This is all happening. This is all happening before Me-Man's turn. I'll add it to the initiative order here. But these three are acting unseen before Me-Man.
Okay, the initiative is currently on one of the 13 guards, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, fair. Thank you. So,
I didn't add my +2 from the spell, but yeah, I would get a +2 to save.
okay.
That's a 21.
So let's see, that is plus their modifier. Okay, and then let me roll for everybody else here. Fail, fail. Chorus, fail. Did Varg roll? Go ahead and give me Vargs also.
Oh, my bad.
Yep. Wow, these NPCs suck. Okay. Yeah. Me-Man. You have a 21, correct?
Correct.
Okay, Max. You and Me-Man and Varg are the only ones not affected by this spell. Everybody else, including all NPCs, but not including, let's see, 30 feet apart. Are these more than 30 feet apart? Yes. Okay, so not the two guards. Everyone else is currently under the effects of Hold Person.
Ouch. Jeez.
That will last 1 round per level, however many levels that is.
21 is not enough?
21 is enough. That is the exact number you needed. So Max, Mayman, and Varg are the only ones not currently under the effect of Hold Person. And that was from this robed person on the right. Finally, this robed person is going to cast okay.
Hold on, this is a mass hold person?
Yes. Very, very dangerous high-level spell. Max, feel free to spellcraft it if you want. This final person is also going to cast. They are going to cast. Hold on a second. A wall of stone. The wall of stone is going to form like this. And through that wall of stone, there are little tiny windows that you can see through. That makes it visible through, but
Who cast that?
this one on the far left corner here. And with that, it is now Mayman's turn. But Mayman, you are not being held by Hold Person. So what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out why this wall would be created the way it is.
Indeed. That is the question. Mayman, you still there?
Yeah, I got. I actually don't know what to do.
You look around you, and all you see is some of your compatriots have almost frozen in position.
I can get around the wall, right?
You could if you move. Yeah, there's nothing holding you right now, though I'm not sure you want to be approaching these three. But yeah, you could.
I mean, I have nothing else I can do. There's
Correct.
So I am. That is the only thing he would do. So.
Okay. You come around this wall.
It's how much do I get if I quad move?
Quad move would only work if you're running in a straight line. So because you have to go around it, you just get to double move.
Which is what, 80?
Your speed is only 20 lane speed because of your encumbrance. So 40 feet total is all you can go. Okay, yeah, that's about right. Okay. That is your whole turn to do that.
Yep.
The
And I'm gonna get,
Terthian guards. Yep.
I'm just getting the surefoot stance just in case, but that doesn't.
Okay. Understood. That is a swift action. Although these
everybody behind me is gonna be stuck for 13 rounds. Is that what Max is thinking right now?
a minimum of that in order to
Yeah.
have cast that spell, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The zombied beings are going to spread out in every direction as they've been told to not kill the Emperor. They haven't been told not to kill the rest of you. This one, they're all going to run up like that. None of them get an attack at the end of that. but they are now facing against the 2 guards and main man out front. Varg. The last thing Varg was told was to defend the princess.
Yep.
That's what Varg's going to continue to
Staying
do.
right by her side.
That's that. Madolfir, you are currently frozen in time, I believe, right? You are held person.
Yes, but we get a saving throw each round.
Excellent point. Yep, you need a 21. I'm sorry, I skipped your turn. You do get this chance. That does not pass. You are still held person.
How do you get a save every round?
That's what whole person.
Each round on its turn, the subject may attempt a new saving throw to end the effect.
Okay.
Okay. It is a full round action to do that, though.
But it also doesn't provoke attack.
Correct, yes.
Adding that.
Okay. It is back to Lanray. You can do the exact same thing, Lanray, because you are currently stuck.
Yep.
You can't even talk during this. You look like statues, essentially. Lanray, you fail the check. It is no longer your turn. Max, you are one of the ones that has their free will still. What are you doing? You can see through parts of this, providing you some concealment.
Yeah.
We are going to wrap up pretty soon here, but, this feels big boss battle. Mega boss battle.
I mean, I'm gonna do Arcane Focus, because I'm gonna need to go through magic very fast here. So.
Okay.
And hold. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holding defensive position. Are you calling out to me, man, to return back or anything like that?
I don't know. Just a reminder, there's a -1 or there's a +1 on every attack roll against these guys.
Definitely, yep. And a +1 would have been applied anyways because of the magic weapon spell.
No, on top of.
Yeah. Because yours is a morale bonus, right?
It's a tactic.
Look that up for me. Okay, is there any...
This is a negative to them. The magic weapon is a +3.
No. We get my spell gives a +1 to attack.
This was back when he cast, what's that spell called?
No, it wasn't a
First
spell.
of the
No.
Oh, it was the Dark Tactics.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that one is a plus. It's just a bonus. It doesn't say.
Yeah,
It just says +1 bonus. No
Yeah.
type to it.
It basically, he's dispersing across the group, like, oh, this is how you would deal with undead beings, so it's helping you with a +1 bonus.
But it's
Okay.
it's not calculated in.
Agreed. I'll add that. That's the end of your turn. It's going to be the rogue people's turns again. Yes?
Yeah, I don't have anything else to do. Yeah.
Okay, understood. Back to what appears to be Lady Belladrake. Okay. You will now see from Lady Belladrake's... actually, you know what? She could cast Hold Person Mass again. Ooh, would she do that, though? No. She's going to be busy. She's going to say, grandfather, this is a beautiful scene for a wedding. And she is going to, from behind her, you see now that she is dragging a very frail skeletal remain. Its legs are like bound together with gauze so that its bones don't fall apart as it's being dragged. Essentially, she's like sutured up a skeleton. And it's holding form behind her because of this embalmed kind of horror that she's created. She's gonna hold her actions as she pulls him up a little bit. Before that, Okay. Before that, her great-grandfather, who she keeps referring to great-grandfather, but you know him as the Archmage Darback Rivenleia, Max. His face has started to release an illusion, and you are seeing a skeletal face. His eyes ablazed. And he goes, Max, the student who I wish I could have had more time with. I suppose before your doom, I should show you my true form, Max. And he pulls down his flesh with his own hands. Just this putrid skull, and he casts another spell. Yeah, let's see, how far can this go? D 50, 75. So let's see, 75 feet. So he is going to just move up slightly before he casts.
Can you change the names of the robed persons on the token
Yes.
so that we know which one's which?
I can, yes. So you go. You should be able to see that now. Oh, it's only by owner. Hold on. Hovered by anyone. Or just always for anyone.
No, if it's correct in the tracker.
Okay. This is Lady Belladrake. And the other person, you don't quite know who that is yet.
That's fine.
Okay. And he is going to cast a spell. There is no saving throw for this. Max, you could do what you want on your turn regarding it, but yeah. That is that.
What spell?
He just cast something. On your turn, you can try your spellcraft.
No, spellcraft is reactionary.
That's true. It is reactionary. You're right. It's not an action, so you can go ahead and check it. Let's see. This would require a 7th level spell. Does that cover 7th level? Yes, it does. Yes, he has cast a spell you have heard of, Force Cage.
Okay, well, Omid hasn't heard of it, so.
Yep.
Thank you. That's all.
Okay. Let me just draw something real quick. What the heck? Yeah. Okay. You don't know where it is, though. Okay. That is that turn. With that, the final robed person is also going to move up and cast. No, it's going to hold its turn. Just going to hold position right there. Mayman, it is back to you. You are confronted with these beings right in front of you. What are you doing?
The fighter in front of me didn't get a move. And he
You're
is-
correct. Yes,
I
this would have
don't-
happened at the end of the last turn. Correct. So let me go ahead and give that. Attack. 23. All of those hit for 18 points of damage, although it doesn't do anything to these beings. No, hold on. It does. Some of the damage is taken, but some of it is not.
Same with the guard. The other guard.
Yep. The other guard is also going to do an attack.
Which ones have the arrow in them? Like
The arrow guy is back here. This one has one arrow, and this one has one arrow as well. Alright, so this other undead being also takes some of that damage. These guards do not have magical weapons. So, Mayman, what are you doing now?
The Emperor's guards do not have magical weapons. This is a failure of the city guard.
Yes. What you doing, man? There's a lot of safety behind that wall.
I can't do anything to him. I'm not gonna start running at a stone wall. I've got to get these guys out and get to the other folks. So I am just gonna go forward.
Okay. And you gonna attack or?
Yeah, I gotta hit. Where's the full attack button? Hold on.
Sure.
I won't hit the guy in front of me.
Okay. Yes, the one in front of you with your flail collapses against the strength of that strike, completely dead. That's the only one you could strike out anyways.
And do I get a move, or because I took a full, I don't get a move?
You get a 5 foot. Okay.
I should have not done a full, but that's quite all right. Hold on.
Just move the dead body so it doesn't get confusing for me. There you go. Okay. That is your entire turn, I believe.
Hold on, I get a swift, can't I?
I think your 5 foot acts as a swift action in this case. What were you looking to do?
My sudden leap, but if I can't do it, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you could do it in lieu of your 5 foot move if you want.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Lady Veladrake, having held her actions, is going to go ahead and cast Hold Person. Just Hold Person. At you, Max. I need you, Max, to give me a will save. And this is going to be slightly lower DC. That passes. And she kind of gnashes her teeth. This is why I like you, Max. Okay, you are not held person. These zombies are going to continue to rush forth. Some of them staying back, others rushing forth, and the ones that are closest to this guard are going to strike. Let's see. Attack with swords. Okay, against this guy whose AC is 13. That is going to strike. The final two do strike. He takes 15 points of damage. The other one back here is going to strike against you, Mayman. 9 to strike's not going to hit.
Nope.
Everybody else kind of holds position at these stairs, kind of like that. That is going to be all of theirs. Varg is still holding, protecting the princess. These two I kind of moved out of the turn before Varg. Medolfir, it is back to you.
GM,
Yeah.
everybody back there is getting a save every round, right?
Yes, I will roll for theirs as well at the end of the round. Thank you for reminding me. Now, they do not have will saves like Medolfir, who just came 24.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Medolfir, you
Let's
are no
go!
longer held person. Now, you can't do anything now because that takes a full round to just do, but you are no longer held. So next round, it will allow you to do things, just as a heads up.
I can do a swift still this round, can't I?
Yeah, I'd allow swift. What you doing? Let me go ahead and roll for the others.
What's drawing a weapon? What's the 3.5? Drawing a weapon.
Drawing a weapon.
It's technically a move, but
Yeah.
it's
I wouldn't let you draw a weapon at this point. Just truly a swift action, unless you have like some sort of special rigging for a weapon, like a light weapon with a sleight of hand, things like that. One of them is free of the will. So what are you doing?
5 foot? Does that work?
I'll allow 5 foot. So which 5 foot are you going to? Okay, as you do that and you go around the stone, towards the front of the stone that is holding the prince, right at the center of this, you bump into something invisible.
Wait, there's a prince where you mark?
Yep, the prince is right here.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize where the prince.
The dead prince on a stone.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that's where he was because there's nothing on the tiles.
okay, when you say stone, you're not talking about the stone wall. You're talking about like a dais on the ground or something?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so from the back, one of the members, Master Nantes, is also freed from his holdings, and he takes his hands at the end of this and is bumping his hands like a mime against the wall. And once again, next to him here, there's also something holding you all in place. Lanray, it is back to you. Feel free to do a will save. We'll cut this short in a couple minutes.
All right.
Okay. Lanray, you also are free. That takes your whole turn to do. What are you doing with that?
I'm just gonna do a swift 5 foot step.
Okay. Sounds good.
There's holes in that wall, so he can shoot through it, right?
And through the stone wall, if you're close enough, yes. Otherwise, it acts like concealment. But it's like little slats that you can shoot through.
But not this round because that was the full round action to break.
Correct. And
Right.
Lanray, as you do move there, you feel like an invisible wall behind you. That is your turn. Max, it is your turn before the rogue folks. What are you doing?
Okay. Okay, is this guy and this guy the ones that are still alive?
Those are friendlies.
This
Yes,
one?
those are friendly.
Yeah, those are friendlies.
Okay, because everybody has a red border on them, so I don't know which ones are friendly.
Fair. Okay. Let me.
Okay, so if that's the case, is there a hole in the wall right here?
Yeah, I'd say there's enough that at any 5 foot spot, there's a little bit of a hole.
Alright, I'll take a 5 foot step. Well, it doesn't even have to be. It's just it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then through the hole, I'm gonna cast Crushing Despair,
Okay.
which is a 30-foot let me adjust it a little. I'm gonna rotate it. Hold on.
Okay.
Direction. Oh, that's not it.
I don't think you can get one of these guys is going to fall off. Is what's happened. Either this one or that one. I think. I don't think you can get them both in the cone. No matter how slowly you rotate it.
Damn it. All right, I'll do
Genji.
I'll do this
Push.
way. I'm gonna
Okay.
leave this guy off, so my targets are
-2 now, on top of the impending blades.
they do get will saves
Thank you.
against
Yes.
DC
22. Fail. Damn, 22 is high. Yep, fail. All of them fail. All 6.
All right, and then that was a high level spell.
It was.
And now I'm going to do magic missile
Okay.
at
Go ahead, whoever you want. Lady Belladrake?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I mean, it's nothing.
Okay.
It's literally nothing, but whatever. It's what I got.
Okay. I do need you to roll spell resistance.
Alright. Okay. What's the highest level spell that I saw her cast? Asshole person?
She was just doing the regular hold person, and she also did dispel magic. She did the dispel magic.
I thought she was doing mass.
Nope, that was Darbeck. She did dispel magic as the highest. What you doing?
Alright, I'll roll.
Okay.
17.
17 does still strike. So she takes 8, 13, 18 points of damage. Very good.
So her spell resistance is lower than 17.
Yes.
Okay, alright.
Okay, so 18 points of damage. She goes, ah, blasted. This is supposed to be my special day. You're ruining my makeup.
Mhm. Can I
It is-
scream
Yeah, sure.
something? Basic!
Okay. Darback goes, enough of this. He steps forth a little bit closer, and he is also going to try a hold person against Mayman, Max, and Lanray, as well as these 2 guards. Let's see. And would the Nantes still be part of this? Yes, Nantes is, as would be Medolfir. So once again, I need will saves from the rest of you. Mayman, you once again survive by miracle, it feels. With
Let's
23.
go!
Medolfir, you survived that. Lanray, you are back under hold mass person. So at this point, and Varg has to do it. Can you do Varg's will save also?
Yep.
And Nantes has failed. He rolled a natural 10. Okay, Varg is also back under it, so he's no longer defending.
Poor Doug.
Okay, with that, Lady Belladrake will now step forth. And she will cast... you know what? She's just gonna hold action right where she was, right there. And this other rogue person is going to step forth to there and hold action behind the zombies. Okay, Mayman, it is back to you who has survived. What are you doing?
The first thing I'm going to do is my swift action, which is my sudden jump.
Okay, where are you jumping to?
I think I have to roll a jump to see the distance, and then I think I still get an attack from the dude next to me, right?
You do provoke an attack opportunity, yes. Okay, this is going to be the final round for this session. So you can jump horizontally. It's a standing jump, I think. So you're trying to jump long distance, 15 feet is where you can jump. Just make sure.
I won't jump there. The guy that I jumped away from gets an attack, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. 7. Oh, no. Never mind. That is vertical jump. Yeah. Without a running start, double. Yeah, it is only 7 feet. I'm sorry. It is only 7. I'll call it 10.
I mean, I can.
Otherwise, you need a 20-foot running start.
All right. I mean, I can move 5 feet and then jump if you want.
Okay, that works. Yep. Okay, so this guy is going to take an attack of opportunity against you. Does not strike. Okay, what are you doing with that resultant?
I'm going to take a full attack on this dude.
Okay, yep. Against this one, the rogue one?
The rogue one.
Okay.
Let me. I will do a regular attack when I will do my stone vice.
Okay. You're going to get a bunch of zombie attacks after this. Okay. Now, this requires you still to make a attack with a weapon, though, right? This is just on top
I got
of that.
my bonuses, and I think I'm at +2 for him, I think, right?
Yep. Because of the bonuses, yep.
Oh no, it's +3 because I get +2 from Good Hope, and I get +1 from the weapon, right?
You do have the +1 from the weapon and 2 from the Good Hope, yes. +3.
And since it's a single attack, I think.
Okay. So you get 6 additional damage on top of the 17 against the rogue person, striking for 23 points of damage.
Yeah, well, it's not 6 additional, 1d6 additional, so he gets 3 extra damage, so it's 20 damage total.
It rolled it with that original. So
it rolled it up when you did it. Yeah. When you activate the stone vice, it rolled the damage for it.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Now he does get a fortitude save to see if, or she actually, this is a she, to see if they can have it. So let me see, fortitude save against, so half. It's not leaving their military though. Okay, it was not Lady Villager, just as a heads up. Okay, that is your turn.
Is that like Stone Vice the spell though?
No, it just immobilizes them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it says you make a crushing blow that staggers your opponent and unable to move, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yep.
Okay.
That's correct. It is a it's like a stance of his, though. That's his class feature. So, rounding out the final round, there's going to be a bunch of attacks on you. Just roll d20.
Wait, that's Lady Villager? That's not Lady Villager.
It's not Lady Villager. No, this is another rogue person.
But they roll that 20, so it doesn't matter.
Yes. Okay, let's see. There are 4 persons next to you, but only 3 of them are going to weapon attack. That is going to be a 17 to hit and a 14 to hit. Do either of those hit?
No, I'm at 18 right now, and they have 2 of them have negatives.
Okay, yep. Okay, this one is 21 to hit. That, I believe, does hit. So that is going to be 5 points of damage. As this zombie horde, with their weapons as they were from being Imperial Guards, strikes out at you. This one's going to move back down to here. This rogue person is going to just take a step back 5 feet. Actually, it's going to do a full retreat back here.
I'm going to... Can I get a trip, or it's foregoing
No.
action?
Yeah, it's using its whole action and movement to pull back. And then finally, these 3 are going to strike out at this guy. Just gonna roll it like this, I guess. Figure out the fastest way to do it. All right, none of those will strike. So that is the zombie horde's turn. Varg is still frozen. You can do a will save for Varg, Bilfir.
I did. It's in chat. I rolled an 18.
Okay, not good enough. Dolfir, it is back to you. I believe you did pass your will save before.
Yes, I did. Okay.
Final action for the session. What are you doing?
draw a battle axe to vanish.
Okay.
Swift action. Okay. Drawing the battle axe. What kind of action is that?
Drawing the battle axe would be move action. It's not particularly easy for you to
Okay.
get.
Okay. Move action. Standard action to activate Dimension Door.
Okay.
So right there.
Okay, now hold on 1 second here. Does Dimension Door involve ethereal travel? Let me see the specifics of how.
Dimensional travel.
Yeah.
No, because you're not moving through the ethereal plane. You're teleporting. It's a teleportation, not a plane thing. He's not becoming incorporeal.
Yeah, it doesn't state anything about ethereal planes. So yes, that does work. Okay. The Dolphier has escaped whatever thing was holding everyone in.
In fact, Force Cage specifically says teleportation provides a...
Yes. Yeah. So that it does work. Let's resolve with all the remaining NPC attacks. This NPC is going to fight back at this zombie on the left side. First one fails, but the second two do strike for 14 points of damage. This one is going to take a full attack against his surrounding. Okay. He's going to focus it all on here. The crit does confirm. All of the rest do confirm for 16 points of damage. This zombie is now dead. Okay.
And GM, so the reason why I rolled the Moose Island, and this is, of course, your call to make, but I'm imagining that all of their eyes are forward.
Yeah.
So,
I get it. I get what you're saying.
You can't see him because he's concealed because of that stone wall. So technically, none of the people outside the wall can see inside the wall.
Yeah. Okay.
For all they know, he ducked.
Well, but
Correct.
the only question I would have is, they had no way to know Lanray was not being held, and they would have had to place that pole specifically to catch him. But they couldn't. They couldn't see him at all, and they couldn't see modal.
It was focused on Max, who they could see specifically, since Max shot those missiles. Everybody around Max just happened to be near Max.
Why could they see me? Because I shot the missiles.
Not gone to Varg then. If it was centered on Max, it would be 15 feet, so it would have not.
I was here. So first of all, I was here.
Yeah.
But why would me shooting magic missile make them see me?
It's not making them see. They know that you are in that position because magic missiles are coming out of that position. What I will say is that there is no line of vision requirement for hold person for hold mass person. So they were enchanting that location.
We still need line of effect.
The way we have always played it, and this has helped you, Max, in many times, if somebody is known to be at a location, they do not actually have to be visible at that point of time for the magic.
But have I ever cast it through a solid wall?
It doesn't have to be through the solid wall. This is an array. It's not going through the wall. You have cast before into a position unseen because
I've cast something on the other side of a wall before.
Well, I don't know if the wall is so much of an issue. I was just curious because it seemed like the folks on the other side of the wall were distributed, and if they had no way of knowing like who was free and who wasn't, they would have had to make target selection blindly, essentially. So if it's centered on Max, then it would be a 15-foot radius because it's a 30-foot diameter. I just want to make sure that if people did not get held, they're not held. Varg is one that would be on the outside. You know, like he would have been 20 feet away instead of 15.
You are correct about that. It was centered on Max, so regardless, that's going to be how that's done. But yes, you are correct that actually Varg should not be held. I didn't see he was only 20 feet away, so you're correct.
Yeah, and that would have gotten me as well. Because the only way he could have gotten me and Varg is if... I don't think there's a way for him to catch me where I was, and I had to roll the save, and Varg.
You're thinking of this incorrectly. It's not a diameter spell. It just states that none of them can be more than 30 feet apart from each other that are under effect. When you were in your previous position, you would not have been further than 30 feet from Varg at that time, and it still would have taken effect. I believe you were...
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. It's not a radius. Anyways, that's where we're at right now. The one thing I will now do is the NPC will saves to close out. Ooh, nat 20. That is the Emperor. The Emperor is no longer under the effect of the hold person.
Let's go.
Hey GM, since it's not a radius thing, then just knowing where I am would not have allowed them to also target everybody else. You're picking out characters, and those characters have to be within a certain distance of each other, but you're still targeting multiple when you cast.
I'm going to say because they knew positioning before that stone wall went up for where Varg was and generally where Landry was, and there's enough slats that are allowing you to look through, they do see through as much as you see through, at least enough to know general positioning through this wall. So that we're not retconning that.
But they are far away from tiny holes, and I am close to tiny hole.
Yeah, and for sure they would not be able to shoot through tiny holes.
All right.
But if you're moving around a lot behind it, they're gonna see feet and movement. It's not that much of a wall. Okay, we resolved that. So with that, the Emperor is free and begins speaking at the end. If you gather through me, I can get us to protection. And he pulls out what looks like some sort of royal jewelry of some kind. And yells, but we have to be touching. So we'll leave it at that. That's how we're going to end session. These three definitely feel like final boss battle. You have not even really scratched them. They do not look affected by the damage thus far. So, good session, everyone. We'll see next time we start right out of battle.
Heck yes.
Coming for those gains, GM. Coming for those gains.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of your week.
All right, see you guys.
Later.